Today I am at the Goodwill at the corner of South Hairston Road and Covington Highway in Decatur, Georgia. Let's head inside and see if I can find anything to resell in my vintage and antique booth. Oh, heavens to Betsy, here we are, just getting started and things are already getting weird. $9.09 for this lovely lady in blue lace. Don't really need any artwork, but I still have to look. I think that this would be lovely on a art wall or gallery wall rather, and it has that nice cottagecore feel to it. These are interesting. There's a lot of pictures here of some classic cars. I tend to like the really old pickup trucks. Aren't these cool? I don't love the frames, and I don't know exactly what I would do with them, but I like them. It's a really interesting collection. This poor girl apparently needed a psychiatrist couch. There's a lovely collection of precious moments here today, but they're all $5.09, it looks like. That's not a precious moments. Not sure what that is. And this is an UNESCO, also $5.09. Cute little snow globe. What is this? $2.09. It's definitely vintage. And the brass bottom says made in India. This is pretty. Looks like it's newer, a newer piece, like a home goods or something. Take another look at this aisle. Let's see. Oh, these are very lightweight and poor quality. A little bit gaudy. My mother would call that gaudy. Why am I looking at a collectible plate? I am breaking my own rules here, but I like this. 1987, German, I guess, based on the spelling. I'm in the clear glass aisle and I found this piece of lead crystal. I think that those little holes are supposed to hold candles. $1.39. It still has its sticker indicating the brand and that it's lead crystal. I just think it's really pretty and I'm gonna get it. Definitely worth $1.39 for that. What else? A couple more, vintage ashtrays, which I really like. $2.09. And our customers like them too. I'm gonna get this one as well. And I decided to get this plate for my plate wall. Not passing the clear glass aisle anymore. Here's a Pyrex juice, orange juice pitcher, and it doesn't have its lid. It should have an orange plastic lid. I'm gonna leave that. I've got a couple of those in my booth and they're just not moving like they used to. So that's sad. Some more crystal with a sticker. Pretty little heart, flowers on the heart-shaped flowers. I'm gonna leave that behind. I like this metal tray. I have one similar at home that I use in the right inside the front door. It's $2.09 and it does say made in England. I can recognize the stamp because I have one just similar. So I'm gonna grab this. I'm definitely looking for, some more of the granny core stuff. Don't even look. Don't even look. You do not need any more coffee cups. Okay, I'm looking. They are Noritake and they're very pretty. $3.09 for this set of 5. We're gonna have to leave them though. Too many coffee cups. Too many in the booth that haven't sold. My other favorite aisle, plates and dishes. Not looking too terribly exciting today. What are these? Nothing too terribly exciting there. Metal trim dishes just don't do well because you can't put them in the microwave. Now this I like. From a wedding in 1942. It's got one of those spring-loaded plate holders on it. I'm going to get this for my plate wall. Let's keep moving. Oh, here's the matching bowls for the cups that we just saw by Noritake. Green sprouts. What is that? Is that like Girl Scouts? I have never heard of that. Is this Fiesta? Look at the sticker. How are we supposed to know? That's so frustrating. $1.09. I love Fiesta. I'm gonna think about this. And cups. Oh, this is false graph. $1.09. Someone you can see messed with the sticker to see what it was. Guess they decided to put it back when they saw it was false graph. But I like these. Royal Majestic. Never heard of that. There's only one of the false graph cups. I really like this. I have a set of these at home in a slightly different color, but the same exact shape. I'll have to show you a picture when I get home of the ones that I have. They're so pretty. I can't remember the name of the patterns. It's cute. Oh, and here's the cream and sugar that matches the Noritake set. I am such a sucker for cream and sugar. Do we think that this will sell? I have no idea. It's a pretty good price though for a set. I'm going to get these. I will need to just kind of double check them for chips when I get a chance. Some heavy crystal drinking glasses. What's this? This newer piece. And this is interesting. Was Ken's a pizza place or a steakhouse? I like that 80s font on that glass. It actually would probably sell, but I'm gonna leave it. Some pottery, but it's personalized, so I'm not gonna get that either when it's personalized. Uh-oh, those things don't sit up right. What do you call those when they wobble like that? I'm looking for nice cut crystal whiskey glasses when I can find them. All right, here we are in metal. I'm looking for, silver, brass, copper, pewter, that sort of thing. Also looking for displays to help me create height in my booth. Here's a round vintage casserole holder, but the fabric is so dirty, unfortunately. I'm gonna leave it. I like those. They're perfect for potlucks, and those would fit the vintage Pyrex casseroles, the round ones, just perfectly. Always kind of keeping an eye out for Longaberger baskets or otherwise high quality baskets. $3.09. I think I'm gonna leave this even though I do like the shape. It would work probably well on a bottom shelf in my booth to hold things. And the wooden aisle. What is this? I mean, I know it's supposed to be a barrel, but what would you do with this? Let's put a hole in it. $5. And this sticker is gone. It's scraped off. A maker sticker. Not sure what that is. Okay, I found this is not vintage, but it's a French Bulldog planter, and I have to get it, of course, because of bear. It's just so cute. It will definitely sell. If I decide to put it in the booth, I might keep it for myself. It's just adorable. Let's see what else on the plate aisle. I love these. I love Christmas dishes, but they don't sell. $3.09 for this stack of 4. Oh, they're so cute. Pretty little saucers. Lots of gold trim around the edge. No cups in sight for those. Definitely, keeping an eye out for things for my plate wall. Did notice that a couple of things have already sold in my plate wall, which I find very encouraging, and that means I get to replenish them when something sells. Stamp on that's lovely. I'm not sure what they are though, because of course they put the price sticker right over the stamp. 89 cents. Pretty pottery cup. I do need to pick out patterns that are going to stick out on my plate wall and not just sort of like blend in too much. Roosters are popular where my antique store is, so I always look. What are these green dishes? They have a jadeite appearance to them. Take a closer look. It's like they have a Fire King feel to them. I will look them up. I'll have to Google Lens them. What is this? Cavalier Ironstone. What are you seeing? Are you guys seeing ironstone selling for you? It's pretty. Oh no, it's got a huge crack in it there, or fracture, I should say. So I have to leave this one behind. It's pretty though, I like it. And here's another one of these. Also, well, it's identical to the first one I found. It's exciting. Same, marker on the bottom. But this one has a huge fracture in it, so I'm going to have to leave this one. If the sticker wasn't on the bottom of these, I would have been able to tell you that it was IKEA. I think that's what this stuff is. Interesting, IKEA. I'm headed to the register. I have actually placed a new piece of Pyrex, the blue pie dish, in the cart as well. When I get back home, I will spread everything out and be able to tell you how much I should be able to sell everything for in the antique booth. Okay, so I'm back home surrounded by all of my stuff. The very first thing that I'm going to show you is the Cobalt Blue Pyrex dish. It is a pie pan. It's crimped, so it will make a nice edge on your pie crust. Now, I am just admittedly a Pyrex purist, or I guess I should call myself a Pyrex snob. I have always walked past this stuff, and I still am going to walk past it if it's the newer clear glass Pyrex stuff. But this, because it was cobalt blue, and because I saw an episode of Dr. Lori where she picked one of these up and she said, how she always tells you, I'd walk past this or I'd buy this. She suggested buying this and that it was valuable. So that's the reason why I didn't pass it up. Now I'm going to show you a picture here of a beautiful collection of vintage Pyrex, the kind that I like. 1950s, 60s, 70s. I mean, these sets are expensive, like for a set of Cinderella bowls or something like that. My mother would call this expensive taste, this problem that I have. And I mean, I got it from her, so I came upon it honestly. Photo credit for this goes to Vampy Pyrex. Not in my photo. I wish. I wish that I had this display and could take this photo. So I paid $3.24 for this, and I am seeing this on replacements.com for $56, which if you shop online for vintage, you probably know that replacements.com is on the high side in their pricing. eBay sold listings are what I am trying to go on, both for my pricing, but also to give you the best possible information. Because just because something is listed for $56 does not mean it's going to sell for $56. And you also don't know how long the item is going to sit in the online store or in the antique booth at $56. So based on eBay sold listings, I'm going to put $20 on this. So a little less than a 7 times markup for me is what I can expect to get. Maybe I'll try 22 on this. But anyway, so I am going to give it a try, and it's because of Dr. Lori. She's changing my mind on things. So let's see what happens with this Pyrex dish. Now this is a 1980s or 1990s dish. So it is newer, but still vintage. Next up is the Noritake Keltcraft. And the pattern is called Julie. Did not know that, again, because of the price stickers all over the bottom of stuff at Goodwill. But when I looked it up, it said the pattern was called Julie. So no wonder I liked it so much. I just like the vintage look of it. It's got the, you know, cottagecore or grannycore vibe that is just really trending right now. I don't need to buy a bunch of coffee cups, but I can't pass up a nice cream and sugar set in a vintage pattern. So Noritake's Keltcraft stuff was made in Ireland, and it's very pretty. So together they were $3.18, and I will price them at $22. Kind of seems to be the going rate for a vintage cream and sugar set in our antique store, around $22, anywhere from $22 to $26, depending on what it is. I'm wearing my contacts today. I don't like my contacts because I can see distance, but I still can't see to read. So honestly, to read my own notes, I still have to put the readers on. So this is why I don't wear them. That whole thing bothers me. All right, next up, I am buying collector plates that I ordinarily would not have purchased in the past because I am just into my plate wall that I made in my booth. And I like to go there and see that one has been purchased, and then I get to put a new one in. So this is a made in Germany plate, and the company is, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, Hutzenreuther. I took German in college, but I am not an expert by any means. Now this is the pattern Frühlingsmorgen, and that means spring morning is the name of the pattern. I paid $3.09 for this. I'm seeing eBay sold listing for $23, and so I will price mine exactly the same at $23. Okay, next up is the Fostoria lead crystal taper candle holder. I think it's lovely, and it is definitely vintage. It was just $1.39, and I felt like these holes are too small for candles. Someone said it was called a taper candle holder. I will get out some candles. I'll do that at the end of the video and see if I have any candles that would fit in this. I may not. I paid just $1.39 for this, and I will price this at $18. Next is the Ashtray in the mid-century modern pattern Starburst. It's just beautiful. It was just $2.09. And I saw one on eBay sold for $24, another one for $23, and I'm going to put $22 on this. I'm trying to beat the prices I'm seeing on eBay because I want people to buy the item from me. The metal platter by Daher, I don't know if I'm saying that right either. It was made in England, and I do have one like this sitting inside my door, and it just collects things, you know, like keys and wallets and stuff. That's what I use mine for. I found one on eBay sold for $15 and one for $22. I'm going to go right in the middle and price mine at $18. Again, it's just got this like granny core and cottage core aesthetic to it, and wouldn't it look nice in a plate stand with this cream and sugar in front of it? At least I think it would. That's one of my goals after doing the shopping tour of Karen's booth. That was my very last video, is to try harder to create more height in my booth and try to create more vignettes. I feel like I did a good job with this when I sold furniture because I would create vignettes on top of my furniture. It's a little more challenging for me with just all of the IKEA shelving units that are all exactly the same. It can be done. It's also a challenge for me because I have loaded so much stuff into my booth. Next up, I want to show you the plate by Spode. Unfortunately, the second one had a fracture in it, a stress fracture, or hairline fracture, I guess you would call it. I think that this must have been written more recently just because of the marker itself. And, you know, it was written on there with permanent marker. But anyway, it was a wedding gift for someone in 1942, it looks like. And I just think it's beautiful. Now, I've had people tell me on my channel that these spring-loaded tension plate holders can cause stress fractures, and I've had other people say that they just have not seen that and they have used them for years. It does make me wonder if that's the reason why the other one had a stress fracture in it or hairline fracture in it. I'll put this on my plate wall. It is by Spode and it is made in England. It was a good deal at just $1.39. I can't find my pattern, so I don't know the name of my pattern, but the ones that I'm seeing on eBay that are with a different flower pattern but still have the beautiful daisies, the raised daisies around the edges. I'm just obsessed with the daisies, honestly. I saw one for 30 and one for 18, so that's a huge range. I'm probably going to try 18 or 19 on mine and see how it goes. It is small. It's called a luncheon plate. So I guess for lunch you're supposed to eat a smaller amount of food than you eat at dinner. That's no fun. All right, and the last thing we have for today is the French Bulldog little planter. Oh my gosh, he's cute. And of course I had to get him because we have a French Bulldog named Bear. It was just $1.39. If I were to put this in the booth, I would put $10 in it, and I imagine it would sell within a week. It's so darn cute. But I'm probably going to keep it and use it in my planting projects. So that reminds me, today we're going to do plant outtakes instead of pet outtakes because I finally did my planting project that I've been talking about forever and haven't done. And I find that this YouTube channel actually holds me more accountable for the projects around the house that I say I'm going to do, and then I actually do them because I want to show you. So with that said, we are going to move on to the plant outtakes. I hope that you enjoyed today's thrift haul shopping at Goodwill and that you found the information that I shared in the haul to be helpful. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. I am quickly approaching a big milestone for me of 10,000 subscribers, which would just be amazing. But however, only subscribe if you actually enjoy these types of videos and would like to see future videos from me. Without further ado, let's move on to plant outtakes. Okay. Almost forgot about this. I don't have the right size candle to fit in this. The smallest one I have is this one. It doesn't fit, so this is not a taper candle, but I looked up on Amazon and it looks like I could get some very easily that would fit in this for display purposes in my booth. Well, it's our house, so there's probably going to be pets in the frames anyway. Hey, Bear. Oh, you're so cute, buddy. Let's see if the planter looks like you. Here, let's see. Does it look like Bear? It kind of does. Okay. And a lot of these things that I'm using as planters you might recognize from thrift haul videos. Here is my indoor plant area. This was from a recent estate sale that I took you to. This is actually an artificial plant because I wanted to put this out, but I didn't have enough plants to go around. This is, hey Bear, you are such a sweet helper, buddy. Oh, sweet helper. This is, let's see. This is also from a Goodwill haul. That video was quite a while ago. My cute little frog planter. My friend Sylvia gave me this little amber, is it amber? I think so. Mushroom. Super cute. She's like, don't put that in the antique store. You have to keep that. And I was like, don't worry, I will. Put some succulents in there. I just really like succulents. They are easy and I think they're so pretty. They like a lot of sun. This is from my son's former girlfriend. They're still friends. It's my Christmas cactus. I love it. And then this plant was from my mother-in-law, and we have repotted it into a bigger pot. This is just something that I had gotten from a thrift store a long time ago. Little succulent in there. Let's see, this is my peace lily that I've had since my mother died. Someone gave this to me at her funeral service. So she died in 2002. So this peace lily is 24 years old, which is what destroyed me when I got a new peace lily and it didn't make it. My husband and I repotted it because it was in a pot that was too small, and it turns out they don't like being They kind of like being in a small pot. I had no idea, and unfortunately it died. And I was like, I put that in a video too, and I was like, I promise I know how to keep these alive. I've had one for 24 years. Anyway, oh gosh. Here's a philodendron, is doing really well in this sort of like indirect sunlight from the window. And then this philodendron over here is not doing so hot. So I basically just took a clipping, put it in water in a glass, and when it forms roots, I will put it in here to help make this philodendron look a little bit fuller. Okay, now on to my front window. This window gets direct afternoon sun. My African violet, it doesn't bloom anymore. I probably need plant food. This planter was from my mother-in-law. She gave me that other plant I showed you in the red pot. I looked at the bottom, and the bottom's got a really cool stamp on it. It says Imperial USA. Isn't that cool? So put a new plant in this planter, and then more succulents. This is, I got that from that estate sale that we went to recently. And I love this planter so much. So there's that. Here's one of my Mayotte Finlandia plates that is all messed up. So I didn't put it in the booth, and I just, kept it for this purpose. And I thought that I think this is just like a home goods thing. Need to put a tea light in there. But I thought that it looked cute, the colors that they matched. All right, now let's go outside. Here is a turquoise pot that I just love. I've had it forever. Put some succulents in there. I think these are going to grow quite a bit. Hey, Penny. Hey, my sweetie. So, I guess we do have some more pets. Penny does not leave the front porch. She just likes to sit on this chair. And so I know that people have conflicting opinions about cats being outside, but she just doesn't leave. She doesn't go near the road. Decided to splurge on 2 succulent gardens for the front porch. They were like a little bit costly, but they're just beautiful. I never really spend any money on the outside, so I got those. All right, Penny. You little girl. Chloe. Hey girl, we're coming in. Hey Bear. Okay. One more area to show you. Okay, 2 more areas to show you. Sorry. This was a gift from my husband for Mother's Day. This hanging basket. It was burning up in the direct sun, so we put it on the back of the house, and it does better, which is morning sun. And then I've got a couple of these vintage macrame plant hangers that I just really love. And I've got this one. This is going to go back in the screened-in porch. Honestly, it seems to like it outside, all the way outside. So this one looks amazing. It's got some babies down here. This one not quite as happy. I repotted it yesterday because it seemed to be very root bound, and I'm kind of worried that it's also going to decide it did not want a bigger pot. I hope it doesn't die. These are called mandavillas. We kind of made it a point recently to get rid of any plastic pots and just hold on to our terracotta pots, but we still needed a couple of our plastic pots. And here's the other. It's got lots more blooms on it. So there is a plastic pot right there. They love it out here in the heat. We're on the pool deck now. I've got a mess here, but I don't want to show you the pool scammer. I wanted to show you this pot because this was probably my first pick that I ever found. My husband and I we went to the University of Georgia, and in his neighborhood where he lived, he lived in a neighborhood with a bunch of old houses, and this was underneath the house in the crawl space, laying in the mud. And I was like, oh, that thing's cool. So I hauled it out, and we've had it ever since. So that was probably 1997 or 1998 when I found this, but it is much older than that. And it's housing our little strawberries right now. Super cute. We're going to get a bunch of strawberries, Bear. Are you going to eat a strawberry? Okay, and the last thing I wanted to show you was my plant stand that was formerly in the screen porch. You might remember that green wicker dresser. It's like a Kelly green dresser. I'll show you a clip of it here that we had, and I had this plant stand on top of it. This is probably TMI, but we're having trouble with our male cat Bowen, like spraying or marking, things like that, and it smelled terrible, and I knew it was time to let it go. I had that dresser since probably about 1987 or 1988. I remember because my mom got me new bedroom furniture, and it was that stuff. Well, my husband spray painted it green for me, and I just love the color of it. But it was time for it to go. In terms of Bowen, he's on Prozac, and it stopped the inappropriate peeing in the house. There was no medical cause. They took blood and urine, and I'm very happy to say that it started working immediately, and all I can say is I wish we'd done it sooner. So I want to find a new location for this plant stand, and I saved these were also from a thrift haul video that I did. And I saved that one because I want to put a little succulent garden in this as well. I just think it'd be so cute. So now I have one last thing to show you, and it's in the front. We gotta go back to the front. I lied. I have two more things to show you. You know how I was saying, like, this channel encourages me to actually fulfill the projects that I said I'm gonna do. Here, this project was meant for all of the foster dogs and most of the foster cats that we've had over the years since we started fostering for our county shelter in the year 2018. I found these at Goodwill. They're nothing special. They are Dollar Tree items, but I just thought they were cute, and there's so many of them, and there were so many of them that day for $1.09 a piece. So I have to go and I'm just going to use Snapfish and have them print a picture. This is not enough. It's not enough frames, but it's almost enough frames. I bought these, gosh, a year ago, and still haven't done this project, and they are all still sitting in the Goodwill bag. But now that I've put it out here in the universe that I'm going to do this project, I'm going to do it, and I can't wait to show you. Bear, come on, buddy. I can't wait to show you when it's finished. My idea is that when I show you the project when it's finished, I might start doing this. I can do this just by using like snapshots of showing you a photo. It doesn't have to be in a frame, but telling you the story of each foster pet as a part of a new pet outtakes thing that I have in mind that I want to do on this channel. I figure if you've made it this far into the videos that you like the pets, so I think that will be fun. That's coming. That's coming soon. And this is truly the last thing I wanted to show you, is that this cactus right here has all of these little seed pods or blooms on it, and I need to know how to harvest these properly and plant them so that I can have more cacti like this lovely thing. It has been so hardy. So that is what I will put in more pots. The French Bulldog planter, and you know, the one that I showed you, the chips bowl, the Aztec looking chips bowl or whatever. I want to make more of these, and I have no idea how to do it. Horticulture is probably not like something I'm very good at. I don't really know a whole lot. I just know what I like and what I tend to be able to keep alive. And so if you know how I should harvest those blooms, those pods, I'm not even sure what to call them, then please let me know in the comments, or if you have any YouTubers that I should watch, because I know a lot of YouTubers share all of their knowledge of horticulture on this platform, then please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.